Hello, book lovers! Welcome to Read with Fatim, where every story comes to life in just a few minutes.
Today, we're opening one of the most beautiful and heartfelt stories ever written, David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. It's a story that feels like growing up inside a dream, full of joy, pain, kindness, and courage. It's about a boy who learns what it means to face the world, to fall down, to rise again, and to discover who he truly is. Did you know Charles Dickens once said this book was his favorite child? He wrote it more than 170 years ago, but even today, people all around the world love it. Maybe because it feels real. Every word seems to come from the heart, from laughter to loneliness, from friendship to hope. David Copperfield is not just about one boy, it's about all of us, finding our way through life. So, let's open the book together. Imagine the candlelight, the turning pages, and a world where the smallest moments hold the biggest meanings. Let's step inside the life of little David. The story begins on a stormy night in England, in a quiet country house where a baby is about to be born. That baby is David Copperfield, and his story, well, it begins even before he opens his eyes. David's father had passed away before he was born, leaving his gentle mother, Clara Copperfield, to raise him alone. She is kind, shy, and full of love, but also fragile. Their little home feels like a warm bubble of comfort, with the loyal housekeeper Peggotty, whose heart is as wide as the sea. For a while, everything feels safe. But then comes a man named Mr. Murdstone, dark and cold, who soon becomes Clara's new husband. He brings with him a shadow, strictness, harshness, and cruelty that silences laughter. Little David, full of innocence, doesn't understand why love must hurt. But one day, when he speaks back against Mr. Murdstone's cruelty, he's punished, locked away, sent off to a boarding school where loneliness becomes his new companion. At Salem House, the days are long and kindness is rare. David meets boys who are rough and proud, but also finds a spark of friendship in James Steerforth, charming, confident, and daring. Steerforth becomes his hero, though David doesn't yet see the pride hidden beneath his friend's smile. When tragedy strikes, his mother dies, and his childhood ends, David is sent to work in a dock warehouse in London. He's just a child, standing among boxes and bottles, learning how harsh the world can be. He feels forgotten, until one day, hope flickers again. With tears in his eyes and courage in his heart, David runs away, walking miles and miles to find his only family left, his eccentric, strong-willed Aunt Betsy Trotwood. And that's where his story begins to change. Aunt Betsy is not like anyone David has ever met. She's fierce, funny, and wonderfully unpredictable. She believes in doing things her own way, and though she first doubts this small, weary boy, her heart soon melts. For the first time, David feels protected. Under Aunt Betsy's care, and with the kind-hearted Mr. Dick, a man whose mind drifts like clouds but whose soul is pure, David begins to rebuild his life. He studies hard, determined to rise above his pain. Years pass, and David grows into a young man, thoughtful, kind, and hopeful. He becomes a student, then a clerk, dreaming of becoming a writer one day. His world begins to fill with new people, like the gentle Agnes Wickfield, who feels like a quiet light guiding him through every storm. But life, as always, is full of tests. He sees betrayal and deceit in Uriah Heep, a sly and humble-looking man who hides wicked ambition behind folded hands. And when David meets Dora Spenlow, a sweet, childlike girl with golden curls and laughter like music, he falls deeply in love. Their love is tender, innocent, and filled with dreams. But life has lessons even love can't protect us from. David marries Dora, believing happiness will last forever. But Dora, fragile and gentle, cannot keep pace with the hardships of life, and one day, like his mother, she slips quietly from his world, leaving only memories of laughter and flowers in her wake. David is broken again, but not lost, because somewhere deep inside, his story isn't finished yet. Heartache changes David, but it also awakens something within him, a quiet strength. He throws himself into his work as a writer, shaping stories from the very sorrows that once drowned him. He travels, he grows, and with every page he writes, he learns more about who he truly is. Meanwhile, life spins forward for everyone he once knew. Steerforth, the friend he once admired, faces his own fall. In a tragic twist, his pride leads to ruin and death. breaking the hearts of those who once trusted him. David witnesses how ambition, cruelty, and selfishness destroy lives, and he begins to understand that real greatness comes from kindness, not power. As he returns home, wiser and gentler, he finds the world changing around him. Aunt Betsy, older now but still sharp as ever, stands by his side, and Agnes, patient, steadfast Agnes, continues to be the calm voice that steadies him. Slowly, David realizes what love truly means. Not fireworks or fairy tales, but understanding, forgiveness, and faith. And with that, the story moves toward its final light. Years have passed. The storms that once terrified little David now seem like distant thunder. He looks back on his journey, from the frightened child locked away by Mr. Murdstone to the man who found courage through pain. Every loss, every friend, every tear shaped him into who he has become. Now, as a successful writer, David sees that life isn't about avoiding sorrow, it's about learning to grow from it. And in that peace, love finds him again. He and Agnes, who had always been his heart's quiet home, finally confess what's always been true. Their love is deep and lasting, the kind built not on dreams, but on understanding. Together, they build a life filled with gentle laughter and purpose. And when David looks at his son, named after his dear friend, the loyal Tommy Traddles, he feels a circle complete. The boy who once ran away from pain has become the man who writes it into beauty. And so ends the story of David Copperfield, not with grand triumph, but with the gentle wisdom of a heart that has learned to love, to forgive, and to hope again. When I finished David Copperfield, I felt like I had lived a whole life beside him. It's a story that whispers to your heart, reminding us that no matter how small or lost we feel, every struggle we face helps us grow into who we're meant to be. David taught me that dreams don't come easy, but they come true when we keep going, even through the dark. Maybe that's why Dickens loved this story so much. It wasn't just fiction, it was a mirror of his own heart, full of memories, mistakes, and miracles. So, my dear friends, if you ever feel like life is too hard, remember David Copperfield. Remember how even the smallest candle can chase away the darkest night. Thank you for reading with me today. I hope you carry this story in your heart. And until our next book, keep dreaming, keep believing, and never stop turning the pages. End.